Hi, this is Mahiruddin from Angband. We are a power metal band from Iran and we use elements of Persian traditional and progressive music in our compositions. About the meaning of Angband, or as some people say, Angband, it comes from the fictional world of Tolkien, the Middle Earth, the Lord of the Rings, which I adore. In Elvish language, it means iron prison. Also, the word band means prison in Elvish language and also in Persian language. And that's why I choose this word as the name of the band that I created in 2004. This is our fourth studio album and our debut with the legendary vocals Tim Amar as our main singer. We are very, very proud to have Tim as our singer. I've been friends with Tim for a very long time, about 20 years, may I say, since I wrote the Death book in 2000. He's a great man and he's a great friend, and he is one of my favorite metal vocalists of all time. The lyrics of this album are about lots of different things, mostly about the facts of life, and also there are lyrics about the great Persian king Cyrus the Great, which is a very just, kind, and powerful king, and people in Iran really adore him and love him. There are also other lyrics, as I said, about the facts of life, about the things that happened in my personal life, like Nights of Tehran, which is obviously about the immigrating to other countries, which you don't like to do that, but you have to. And also, we have another song named Mirage that is based on the poem by the great Persian poet Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi, which you know him as Rumi, the great Persian poet that people in Iran really respect him. The cover art, which is done by my brother Maziardin, which is a very good graphic designer, is about the struggle and efforts that we did to make this album happen. Timamar was in a bad health condition and it took us 3 years to complete this album. And he's a great man, he's a great vocalist, and he has an iron will, and it takes lots of love and devotion to complete an album with his situation. So the cover art talks about all the things that we have to sacrifice to make this album, this fourth studio album, to come to life. Pure Steel Records are really good people. I sometimes talk to Marcus. He's a cool man. He's always busy, and they are a good label for us. You know, back in 2007, I sent our demo to many labels, and but I didn't know about the Pure Steel, and I didn't send anything for them. But they found us on MySpace and contact us and asked us for our demo, and that's how it all started. They are a good label, and we are happy with them. I think it's important to have a label these days, especially for us. We are in Iran when there are no record stores, no good studios. Actually, there are hundreds of studios in Tehran, but they all use drum samples and They prefer not to record live instruments, so it's not good for us. Uh, there are no magazines, there are no radios that plays music. Actually, when it comes to music, it's a desert, you know. And when you come to Tehran, you see it's a modern city, and you never think that there is nothing about music there. Even they don't show our Persian traditional instruments in the TV. How stupid is that? So, for us, having a label which is connected to all the magazines, radios, and critics in the world is really important. And the only thing that we want is to reach more people so they can hear our music. The 8 years of hiatus comes from many obstacles in our way, mostly the economic ones. Back in 2012, when I hired Achim Kachler to mix and master our album, he's a famous German producer and he's pricey. $1 was equal to 1,000 tuma, and now $1 is equal to 20,000 tuma. It's ridiculous. It's consuming our life. It puts us in lots of pressure, and our everyday life is really harder than before. So, making music in this situation uh, is really takes a great will and devotion. Also, we departed with our previous singer. He moved to another country, and finally, I decided to contact him and talk about making an album together. And it all went well, but Tim was in a bad health situation, and it took us 3 years to complete the album. That's the main reason for the hiatus, and we hope we can make another album sooner than before. Unfortunately, not at this time. We are in a corona crisis, obviously. All the concerts are cancelled. Tim still has chronic pain in his neck, and with the exchange rate right now, we are not able to travel to Europe and USA. Purist Records have some festivals going on, and we can at least play in them. But I don't think it's going to happen in anytime soon. But hopefully for the future, I really like to play live with team. I really like it. Metal scene in Iran is very complicated. Some people listen to metal just to look cool, and they are not deeply into it. But there are people who deeply love metal music and rock music. And you should know we don't have concert, as I said. We don't have music stores, rock stores, t-shirts, and obviously you can be in problem by wearing t-shirts, wearing even t-shirt in the public. And there are lots of troubles in the life of musicians and listeners and audience. In a country that nothing is reachable, I mean, the physical format, you can't buy CDs, you can't buy vinyls. The only way is the illegal download. And we love to have CDs. I always ask my friends that come from Europe to Tehran or from USA to bring me vinyls and CDs. And I think there should be an international law for the people outside of Iran, especially in Europe and USA, who download illegally. They should be forced to come to Iran and live for 1 year. Everything is good, food is good, the weather is good, people are nice, but you don't have the music. You don't have the physical format that you love. And when they return, they will praise what they have there. It's totally safe for the tourist to visit Iran. It's a very safe country for the tourists. I'm not saying that there are no robberies, there are no bad people, they're everywhere. But when you compare it to some of the European countries, even, it's safer. People are more hospitable. People are very warm, and you should know the things that you hear in the news are about the politics, are not about the people. People are people. People are not their governments. There are a few food bloggers that came to Iran recently in the past year, I think. Food Ranger was one of them, and best food uh, show ever, something like that. I will put the links in the screen so you can go to their YouTube channel and see the real Iran, the things that the media don't show you. The albums that recently inspired me, the new Lamb of God. Actually, I'm listening to it for a few days. It's a great album. Randy Bly nails it. The complicated rhythm section is there, and it's a good album, really good album. Tribune, What the Dead Man Say, it was a great album too. The production of this album is done by Josh Wilbur, and I really enjoyed it. Matt Heafy and Corey are really good guitarists. The other albums that I enjoyed recently, Cycle of Suffering by Silosis. Actually, um, Josh Middleton is one of my uh, favorite new guitarists. I enjoyed listening to his works. The new album was really good. That was the other one. Psychotic Waltz. Psychotic Waltz with the album God Shaped Void. A progressive album that I really enjoyed. They released an album after a very long time. And Lotus by Soin. I still enjoy listening to that album. It's a great album. Amazing, wonderful. What I can say. It's from 2019, and I still listen to this album. These are the albums that I recently enjoyed and looking forward to have them on vinyl. Well, for the near future, I'm working on an instrumental song uh, for the charities with a world class bass player that you all know, but I will not mention him yet. Let's do the track first. He's very busy at the moment, and we are going to make it available for free download and ask the fan to support the local charities or organizations related to this COVID-19 virus. We all want to stay together. We all want to support the physicians, the nurses, and the people are in the front line with this song.